Hello Libras and welcome in. Today we are going to do your March 2024 monthly read for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Libras. And we're going to tap into the collective and see what messages are for your best and highest good to help you along your path in the month of April. Thanks for joining in, and if you like my content, definitely subscribe, like the videos, and if you have any recommendations, Libras, for future readings that you want me to do, let me know. So we are kicking off eclipse season. I guess by the time you watch this, eclipse season has already kicked off. It kicked off on March 25th. And we're starting and tapping into some big energies with eclipse season. And the eclipse started with a full moon in Libra. So definitely Libras, the energies around that period, and probably when you're watching this, are still, still kind of impacting you the most. And I'm interested to see how this reading unfolds, because there's definitely some really strong energy for Libras right now. So what I'm going to do for April, I'm going to pull one or two Moonology cards, and then one or two of the Oracle cards for a little something special for you, Libra. And then we will pull some tarot cards and see what's going on for you. So let me start with the Oracle cards here. So taking risks. Got the eagle there, or a hawk. And openness. Nice. Okay. Let's see what the Moonology cards have to say. I love the picture on this openness card. And definitely we were talking about the eclipses there. And we have a solar eclipse coming up on, I think it's April 8th. What's going on, Libra? Take time to breathe out. Disseminating moon. And I think in the extended, I'm actually going to read a couple of these cards from the book and read kind of what it has for the card. But I'll intuitively pick up on the messages. Show the world the real you. So we have two full moons here. So the show the world the real you is the full moon in Aquarius card. And then we have another full moon here. So I really feel this almost like this ripeness internally. I definitely feel like you're kind of opening up more to your true self and your authenticity here. And really finally being like, this is who I really am. And this is what I really want to do. Or this is what is important to me. And it's again, showing the world the real you, not being afraid anymore to be who you really are. I kind of feel this sense of as Libras, you tend to keep the peace a little bit in that kind of harmony. And sometimes I feel like you tend to not show up as your true self, or you don't want to take the show too much. But there's something that you really are meant to open up to express, to bring to this earth. And that could be like a skill, something that you're really passionate about, a purpose, and or work that you're supposed to be doing. And I feel like in April, the universe is kind of opening up some opportunities for you. And I think you have to take some risks in regards to that. But I think, you know, initially you might be a little hesitant or have some fears around some of these opportunities. But again, the universe is saying be open to all possibilities here. And part of, like, I guess, the guidance too during this time, the take time to breathe out. It's like, I feel like you've been holding your breath for something to happen or to like figure something out. And it's like, it's kind of this feeling of like, just breathe, just like, you know, relax and allow things to open up. As long as you're being true to yourself and being authentic, it's all going to work out in your favor. I think it's when you're trying to do something for everybody else or try to put something out there that you think everyone else would like, that's where I feel like we go astray and potentially it opens us up to failure. Or it just isn't going to manifest as big as it can be, because it's only when you show up as your true self and in your truth, that's like power, and that's a power that's going to fuel your manifestations. And then you're going to resonate a ton of people to you that totally are in line with what you have to give or offer, or your knowledge. And I mean, that's when, again, you're going to reach your highest success. All right, let's tap in. Let's grab the tarot cards. I'm going to use my Arcanum cards here. I pulled these out from the depths of my collection and dusted them off. I haven't used these in a long time, but definitely I've been resonating with them this recently. So I felt like I needed to use them for this reading. Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands also takes risks, and he's a risk taker, and definitely doesn't have fear. He's spontaneous and really is fueled off just like what gives him passion and inspiration, and isn't too like logical about it. Nine of Wands. Ace of Wands. Wow, look at all these wands. Page of Pentacles. The Lovers. The Eight of Wands in reverse. And I actually didn't do any reversals, so that was really meant to be there. Three of Wands. More Wands. Tower. And then the Ace of Cups. And I see the moon here, so I'm going to grab it. And I'm going to do the spoiler alert here and go to the ending first. But like, the Tower is coming in to literally, again, talking about like, show the world the real you and take risks. I feel like with the moon, I feel like you definitely, the real you are kind of, again, the moon represents emotions, but it's like deep unconscious stuff. This could also be just like deep feelings. Also to me, that's like the real you, that in the depth of your soul, who are you really? And I feel like you've kind of been hiding that. You haven't really been upfront about that, about the real you. And there's a reason that you know, again, there are many reasons, could stem back to childhood, of why you felt like you couldn't fully express who you are. So you kind of keep that hidden. But the Tower's coming in to me, we have the moon emotions, and the Ace of Cups is all emotions. I feel like this purging of pushing up all these emotions. And it may, you know, when you think that, that may seem a little scary for you, Libra. But this is a good thing. I mean, this is amazing because again, this Ace of Cups, I love that, this picture of like the overflowing, you could say waterfall or fountain, and it's just flowing perfectly. And those are like our true emotions. That's love, that's fulfillment, and that's an outpouring of all those things. And it's literally like these deep yearnings I feel, these deep feelings of love are finally you're able to express them. And also, Ace of Cups is a new beginning, and it's also you getting your cup filled. So that's an amazing ending here for April. And I feel like this is coming. There's a lot of wands here, so I feel like there's a lot of inspiration coming in April. I feel like something really like fuels your passion as well this month, and you're feeling very creative, and there's a flow to this creativity. I feel almost too with these three, the Knight of Wands, Nine of Wands, and Ace of Wands. You know, sometimes with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands together, that can kind of be a very sexual energy. But, you know, sexual energy is our true powerhouse. And I feel like maybe that's been stunted for you with the Nine of Wands for a while. And then when it gets stunted and we're not able to fully express that in a healthy way, that's where this Knight of Wands can be a little, I don't want to say toxic, but that's where his like negative aspects comes out, where the Knight of Wands can be a little like immature. He can be a little spontaneous, a little fiery or aggressive. And he kind of is just like all over the place. He doesn't have a real focus on like a goal or where he wants to be. He's more of just like this. He can be a little irrational and erratic with his decision making. But this Nine of Wands, I feel like that's kind of been like a pattern for a long time for you, and you've kind of felt like stuck in this energy. But with the Ace of Wands, I feel like, again, this is an opportunity for you to express and kind of, I almost get this purging of anything that's blocking your creative flow, or, you know, blocking passion and desire from you. Maybe you haven't felt that in a long time. And there's something about the Page of Pentacles where the Page of Pentacles is bringing you something of value. And I feel like there's the Lovers, it could be too tied to a relationship coming in that's very, or a connection that's very valuable to you. That's also inspiring some passion and desire. But I feel like maybe also you've learned some lessons through this certain period of your life. And now it's like you're able to apply the wisdom tangibly, and make better decisions with the Lovers. Because the Lovers can be about a decision to be made as well. But I feel like you're applying some things that you've learned throughout this process. That's kind of been a long time that you've been like, I hear the like toil and trouble in my head for this Nine of Wands. But what's interesting, we have the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Three of Wands. And I feel like there's a little bit with the Eight of Wands in reverse, like a stunted energy, like things aren't moving forward. And I feel like you have high expectations about like things moving forward and what that looks like. And it's like this like constantly like waiting period. But I feel like too, your expectations are a little high. And it's like, I feel like you just need to like, again, express who you are authentically and not try to be something that you think you need to be. Like you think you need to be this vision or this thing because there's some reason, I feel, but it's tied to something that's, I don't feel like it comes from a true place of true knowledge. I think it comes from a place, a little bit of immaturity, that you need to, again, put this image out. And you've just been waiting, because I think what you're focusing on is not truly what you're meant to do. And I feel like the risk is completely going in a different direction. And that's when all of a sudden, I think the Tower is here too, to kind of blow apart you, just like this constant waiting pattern here. And part of it is some emotional blockages that you need to also release, to kind of, again, almost clear out all these different ideas and beliefs about yourself that like just are blocking you, are totally blocking you. So there a lot here with what's bubbling underneath. This is, again, kind of what's unfolding and what hasn't happened yet, but also, again, what's happening energetically that is kind of creating your physical experience and why that's happening. So let's pull up more cards around what you're experiencing in the physical, I guess, in your life. The Wheel. Yeah, I feel this sense of like waiting for the Wheel of Fortune to finally be on your side, and to like, you're like, come on, wheel. Like, it's like this, like where you keep spinning the wheel, like gambling, and just waiting for you to finally win something. Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you've been waiting a long time. And you've been putting a lot of like, I feel like there's a really focused amount of time and effort into, again, into planting seeds and trying to get these seeds to really grow and to produce this great harvest. And I almost feel like in this card, it's like, yeah, the Pentacles are really blooming or are about to like be harvested here, but in the background, it's like very, it looks like a drought, like the grass is really dry. And I do feel like it's saying you've been doing this for a long time, and it's almost been like a period of drought. But, you know, what I'm saying is the wheel now is saying it's divine timing. Now things are going to move forward, and your harvest is going to finally be, you're going to finally be able to harvest what you've planted, and it's going to produce something for you. The Queen of Wands. I'm going to pull one more. The Star. Wow. We got two major arcana cards flanking these minor cards. So definitely, I think this April's going to come around and you're going to start seeing things moving. And I'm picking up this for all signs. I feel like there's something about this eclipse energy, and then April is like, people are starting to see things finally move and change, where things have either been stagnant or they've been waiting or just like not sure what to do. But all of a sudden, like, things start actually moving. And this is going to be really healing for you when you're finally seeing some results. It's going to be healing, and you are going towards, the Star is about healing, but it's also about like your wish, like, what is your wish, and you getting your wish fulfilled. So when you start to see results, I mean, this is a huge, you know, wish of yours. And there's something tied with this Queen of Wands. This could be you. I'm going to clarify this, but the Queen, you know, again, the Queen that worked, she's the, you know, the Queen and King of Wands are the entrepreneurial King and Queen. Like, they're confident, they're, again, they're like really experts at their game. When we think of like business or work, they're really master manifestors, and are really just, you know, attractive, and they're, you know, attracting just abundance, and they're just creative energy is what, when you take inspired action and you create with that, you attract abundance towards you. And that's really this Queen of Wands here. So let's get a clarifier for that Queen. The King of Swords. So this could also, with the King of Swords, and Libra, this can be you, because you are an air sign. This could be you coming or attracting, or again, this is like a couple here. So you could be attracting a relationship or attracting someone to your life that's very attractive, very charming, and has their, I want to say, has their shit together. High Priestess. And it's almost like this connection is very spiritual, and there's like this instant knowing of like, I know this person. And this connection brings about a lot of like expansion in your awareness and your intuition. And it's there's a lot of healing energy coming in. And I almost feel like the timing of this also has to do with the timing of you seeing results, because I feel like this connection also kind of helps you to unblock a lot of deep emotions that you feel like you've never been able to fully express with somebody, and also get that back. I don't think there's, I just wanted to clarify this 8 of Wands in reverse, just to, Knight of Swords. So, yep, spot on. Like, you've been waiting for something a long time to move forward, but it's like been stagnant. Like, things aren't moving forward, and it definitely has caused you a lot of frustration and anger, because the Knight of Swords is like the angry knight. And it's like you keep taking angry action, almost. I'm getting like the action you're taking is based on frustration and anger, and that is not that's not the energy you want to be in to manifest what you really want, which is abundance and happiness and peace and all those things. And really, like, that anger is, he's kind of like the Knight of Wands, where these knights are very impulsive and they're very action oriented, but what's fueling their action? So, there's positive and negatives to this knight, but I feel like, it's kind of just saying with the reversal here, it's like, it's not creating movement for you, but it is going to come. It is going to come. And I feel like what triggers this is your emotions. There's some blocked emotions that need to be kind of released. All right. Well, an interesting April coming up for you, Libras. I definitely, even last month, a strong reading about relationships. So it kind of comes up again for April, this person. I'm wondering who this person is for you. So we'll see what happens as we continue. But if you want to head over to the extended with me, maybe we'll definitely talk to this Queen of Wands and get more information about the Queen of Wands. I almost feel like you're like the King of Swords and this other person is the Queen of Wands. And again, it doesn't have to be gender. It doesn't have to mean that you're a male and, the other's a female. It's just kind of representing two people here, where the king is an air sign, which is Libra. And I think that's just representing you, whether you're male or female. I think you're a little bit more on the logical end at this moment in time, and maybe a little more cautious, especially when it comes to relationships. And that's where I feel too, this Tower almost has to blow through this King of Swords and help him be a little bit more emotionally vulnerable. Because to be with this queen has it all together, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. So I think it's just saying, I think there's been a little bit of harshness, and this could be because of your past, and you're a little bit more cautious when it comes to love. So we'll talk to that queen and see what she has to say. We'll take a look at the outcome here. So after this Ace of Cups and Moon, kind of what unfolds, we'll get some timing on this. We'll get some timing on this relationship, and also when When are you going to start to see some results in the efforts you put out? And I'm going to read this Show the World the Real You card from the book. I'm going to read that one. And then we'll take a look at individual signs. And I'm trying to see who we have here. So we have Pisces. We definitely have fire signs and air signs, I guess, and fire signs. But for some reason, when I'm looking at this King of Swords, I'm also hearing Gemini. So I'm going to do Pisces and Gemini. And since the Queen is the Wands, I'll look at all three fire signs. So Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, and then Gemini and Pisces. So if you end up attracting one of those signs coming up, you'll have to come back and see what the messages were and see if we were right on there. All right, Libras, come over to the extended with me. The link is below in the description. Thanks for joining in, and I'll see you in the next reading or in the extended.